supplementary budget is a budget that is meant for very important national welfare need of the people that is not captured originally in budget or does not have adequate funding. I'll give you an example. Nigeria today, we've read it in the past 1 week for United Nations World Food Organization that 26.5 million Nigerians will go hungry next year. This is an issue of national importance that we can go for supplementary budget. But we have a supplementary budget where we are mentioning issues of yachts, SUVs for First Lady's office, shows to the extent that its government is totally uncaring and we're in deep trouble. It shouldn't be part of that. In fact, bringing in First Lady's office, which is not in our constitution, is even more troubling. All funds meant for First Lady's office should be allocated and addressed to dealing with the girl-child issue of education, to deal with the issue of education of the girl child in Nigeria. The First Lady is there to look after the husband and work with him and everything to ensure that everything works well. So for me, the other one you ask is the issue of SUV for National Assembly. Again, I can put it in the same basket that I put the earlier one. It's very troubling. The SUVs for both houses will cost in region of, I think it's in the region of about 60 billion, if I'm right. Nigeria today, our primary health care today is collapsed. Which consequently, Nigeria now have higher infant mortality than India, a country that is 7 times our population. For you now to use funds that is higher than the fund allocated to primary health care to buy a car for 400 people, it shows height of insensitivity. And we have a way we can buy a more competitive vehicle and everything for them, even from locally made, and most of them, sorry, even in the Senate, are people who already have cars. We don't really need to buy vehicles for them because some of them are my colleagues, ex-governors and everything. Do they need new cars again? It is time we must shake and show responsibility to what is happening. People, Nigerians are already scamping for food from waste bin, and we're doing this. It shouldn't be. And I can go further to give you an example of how I handled it even when I was governor. So it's not the first time. When I became governor, I found out that the justices of High Court don't have cars in Anambra State. The permanent secretaries don't have cars. And when I became governor, they ordered for me 2 bulletproof vehicles. And I said no. Collect the money back, paid it to PAN, and said supply us 50 406 cars, 18 to the justices, 18 to PAN said, few to the commissioners that are appointed. The rest became my deputy governor and myself. Throughout my first term, everybody in Anambra said they I used 406. Nobody, but it was meant for 2 bulletproof cars, the money we used to buy this car, and nobody killed us in that 4 years. So it is time for us to use money very judiciously. Well, as you can see, everybody has done now that all institutions are broken down. Like it's been now shown, it is now for all of us to work hard together to ensure that we save the country. Those who are in office should do the right things. Those who are in opposition should ensure that the right things are done. And we will do so on our own path, aggressively.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Peter Obi, has used the opportunity of his World Press Conference on Monday to teach President Bola Ahmed Tinubu some lessons on supplementary budget and how to manage an economy in distress. Peter Obi is a man that is full of economic wisdom. He's a gift that God has given to Nigeria, but because of the corrupt elite in Nigeria, he has not been fully unwrapped. But anytime he opens his mouth, you see wisdom oozing out of unparalleled proportion from his mouth. And you can see by the response he gave to journalists who asked him questions after his World Press Conference, that indeed Nigeria has lost a very huge opportunity for the next 4 years in terms of having a man like that not being in charge of the country. It was when you listen to him, you understand what a waste the INEC made of our election, because you could see the wisdom, practical wisdom coming out from his mouth. And these are not just mere talks. And he will give you facts that you can go and fact check. You can go and cross check. He taught Bola Ahmed Tinubu a lesson on supplementary budget, including even the National Assembly themselves. Look at how he talked about what supplementary budget should be all about. He said that this is a budget that is meant for very important national welfare needs of the people, that is not captured originally in the budget, or that does not have adequate funding. And he gave you an example that Nigeria has been projected to have about 26.5 million people that will go hungry next year by the World Food Program and others. Now, this is an issue that is of national importance, critical national importance. How do you ensure that 26.5 million Nigerians do not go hungry next year? What are you going to put in the budget to ensure that they don't go hungry next year? There are a whole lot of programs, subsidies that could have been given to the farmers so that they could be able to be productive, giving high-yielding seedlings, disease-resistant seedlings, fertilizer, ensuring that the farming communities are not terrorized by terrorists. These are things that should be put in place to ensure that 26.5 million Nigerians do not go hungry next year, because the sign is ominous. Issues like that is what's supposed to be in the supplementary budget. But what do we have in the supplementary budget of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? The man who fixed Lagos. They say he fixed Lagos. And they say he can fix Nigeria the way he fixed Lagos. Yet we all know that Lagos is the most indebted state in Nigeria. Lagos has continuously been ranked one of the dirtiest cities in the world. In fact, the dirtiest of cities in the world. You can go and Google it. The ranking of Lagos. Lagos is only second to Baghdad, Syria. When Syria, at the height of that Syrian war, how Syrian capital was. That was the only city that Lagos was able to beat. And this was the Lagos they say Tinubu fixed. Lagos could only beat a country that its capital city was at war, Syria. That was Damascus. They say Tinubu fixed it, he's going to fix Nigeria. And we can see it from the kind of supplementary budgets that he is pretending over. And that is what P2B was talking about. That we have a supplementary budget where they were mentioning the issues of yachts. For the president. The issues of buying SUVs for the First Lady's office. Things that are irrelevant to the needs of Nigerians. Things that will add no value. The office of the First Lady, P2B rightly pointed out, is an illegality. In 2015, when President Muhammadu Buhari was coming to power, he claimed that he is going to abolish that office, that is unconstitutional, which was right. But did he do it? It was all part of the fair promises of Buhari and the APC in the last 8 years. Buhari made all kinds of noises how he's going to abolish the First Lady's office. Because the First Lady office was a drain on the resources of the state, contributing virtually nothing. But did he do it? Buhari did not do it. But I can tell you for free, when Peter Obi becomes president of this country, you will see that the office of the First Lady will be mere ceremonial. Once in a while would you see the wife of Peter Obi. It will be no different from how Peter Obi handled his family when he was governor of Anambra State. You can go and Google it, go and find out how many times did Peter Obi's wife make appearance in public in terms of trying to have one pet project or the other with which people are literally coerced and forced to be contributing money to the office of the First Lady, beside the one that they get through National Assembly allocation or State Assembly allocation. So Peter Obi is a gift. I keep saying it. He is a gift that has been given to Nigeria. Sadly for Nigeria, the elite has conspired to see that this gift is not unwrapped. Because if it's unwrapped, he has a strategy that could take this country from third world to first world. And he is somebody who is ready to do the needful to ensure that the economy is revived and restored just by his own actions, by the policies of his administration. Unlike what you are seeing under Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where the country is on those in leadership are on a jamboree, spending spree, while the country is in dire straits. They were pretending like everything is okay when everything is not okay. We are having a government that has the largest number of ministers in history, the largest number of special assistants in history. the largest government in history. And this is at a time when Nigeria has suffered about 3 recessions. And many people still believe that we are currently in a recession, no matter whatever anybody tells you. And P2B has shown that you could turn this thing around. And he gives you example of what could be done. He talked about the issue of the SUV for the National Assembly members. And he was right that spending such a huge amount of money at a time when the country is having highest infant mortality in the world, beating India, that is 7 times the size of Nigeria, that buying SUVs for National Assembly lawmakers shouldn't be the priority of the Nigerian government. And it shouldn't be. And he made a very important observation. He said, look, many people now in the National Assembly, they are his colleagues when he was governor. Some of them they don't have need for cars. Are you telling me that Senate President Godswill Akpabio, the Deputy Senate President, all this National Assembly that is populated by former this, former that, they cannot be able to afford SUVs to contribute to the development of the country as their own sacrifice for an economy that is in a distress? And in any case, they say this buying of vehicles for National Assembly lawmakers has become a tradition that every 4 years, new SUVs are bought for lawmakers. So what happened to the ones that was bought for those who returned? Because there were many of them that returned to the National Assembly. Many of them returned. People like Ndume. So it means that Ndume, Senator Ndume, has the ones that he bought, that was bought for him 4 years ago. So he can't use that to do his work as a lawmaker. They have to buy another set for him. Even the one that Akpabio used when he was in the Senate, before he lost out and became a minister and now returned back as a senator. So you don't have vehicles, you don't have jeeps that you can use, that the government have to lose 160 billion to buy a new set of vehicles for them. It shows you the selfishness of the elite. They are not ready to sacrifice anything for the development and growth of the country. But they expect civil servants to be accepting meager 30,000 naira minimum wage. Recently, just added 35,000 naira as an addition, as if that is anything to go by, given the rate of inflation in the country. Their selfishness and the selfishness of Nigeria is unparalleled in the world. And Peter Obi would have been a man if he had been the one at the Aso Rock Villa. He would have done everything under his power to stop National Assembly from wasting that 160 billion and divert it to critical needs of the country. But did Tinubu do it? Will he do it? Of course, Tinubu could have done it. Tinubu already had leverage over the National Assembly members. The National Assembly members are like a stooge of Tinubu. So if he had told them that I don't want you to spend this colossal amount of money in the name of buying SUVs for your work, use the vehicles you have before. Those of them who are new senators, who have never had vehicles of their own, they could take a loan. That's how it's done in other parts of the world. Take a loan. Take a car loan. They will be deducting it from their salaries to pay for that so that they will use it and work. It's only, Nigeria is even one of the countries in the world where you have people permanently doing National Assembly work. That should be a part-time business. How many times do they sit? that they need to be bought brand new vehicles every 4 years at such a colossal amount of money. So Peter Obi has shown that he could do things differently. And he shows you that with facts and figures, how he has done it before. He talked about the fact that when he was the governor of Anambra State, they bought for him as governor 2 bulletproof vehicles. 2 bulletproof vehicles. And being a man of conscience himself, a man who believes in productivity, a man who treats state resources as his personal resources, he discovered that judges do not have cars. Permanent secretaries do not have cars. Several top government officials do not have cars. And he thought to himself, is it wise for him being a governor to have 2 bulletproof jeeps? He said, no, return the vehicles and get the money back. And what did he do? He gave the money to the Peugeot Automobile Nigeria, PAN, to deliver about 60 vehicles out of 2 bulletproof cars that one man could have cornered to himself just for his own protection and self-aggrandizement. With that, judges, permanent secretaries, several others were able to get vehicles. And he was driving, himself was using 406 like every other person in the state. This is a man that Nigeria has missed for the next 4 years. And it's a sad story and a sad commentary that Nigerians allow this to happen. He used Peugeot made in Nigeria. And I used to tell people, I say, if Peter Obi is the president of Nigeria now, with the state of the economy that he inherited, Peter Obi will be using made in Nigerian vehicles. The ones that have been bought by Buhari, he will sell it and use the money and invest it for the development of this country. All these ones, even the presidential jet, he will sell most of them to raise money to put in the productive sectors of Nigerian economy. He will do it. You can trust that he will do it. And what he did with PAN in his first term is also similar thing he did with Innocent Motors in his second term. When he patronized Innocent Motors, Peter Obi made Innocent what it is today by patronage. Peter Obi patronized him, made him to supply school buses for all the schools in Anambra State, made him to provide jeep vehicles for all the traditional rulers in Anambra State. He shows typically by his example how really a country that wants to move from consumption to production should do. From the example he just mentioned there, in that simple question and answer session they had with these journalists there, you could see how he was a committed person to the productivity of the nation. How he made PAN, Peugeot Nigeria, productive. How he made Innocent productive. And he didn't end there. As governor, Peter Obi made sure that all the furniture in the government house and everything, all the furniture, they were made in Anambra State, made in Oka. At a time, governors were ordering furniture from United States, from Italy, and elsewhere. It's unfortunate that this country was handed a gift, and that gift, some people don't want it to be unwrapped. But any opportunity we could see that gift, if unwrapped, has a solution to Nigeria's perennial problem of leadership. We know it. Chinua Achebe has said it, that there is really nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nothing is wrong with the water of Nigeria. Nothing is wrong with the air of Nigeria. Nothing is wrong with Nigeria. Nothing is wrong with the land of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is squarely that of leadership. And Nigeria has been handed a gift that they need to unwrap to get solution to that perennial problem. Right now, the country has to do without him for the next 4 years. But that is the way it is. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.